Across the galaxy, the Galactic Concord thrives under one unbreakable law: armor is mandatory. Every species depends on it. The Krix, with their razor-sharp exoskeletons, scuttle through asteroid fields unscathed. The Vorlith, amorphous blobs of genius, encase themselves in biomechanical suits that hum with energy. Even the towering Scar, reptilian warlords, clad their scales in titanium plating. Radiation storms shred unprotected flesh, predators stalk every corner, and wars ignite over scraps of habitable rock. Survival demands protection. The Concord's mantra echoes through their halls: armor is life, vulnerability is death. For millennia, this truth held firm: no exceptions, no debates. Every sentient race adapted or perished, their cultures built around the clank of steel and the hiss of sealed joints. To strip away armor is to invite annihilation. That's how it's always been. Then came the rumors. Whispers trickled from the fringe worlds, carried by traders and scouts. A new species had appeared, unlike anything the Concord knew. They called them humans. Soft-skinned, frail-looking, they walked the galaxy's deadliest terrains without a shred of armor. No exosuits, no shields, just thin fabric flapping in toxic winds. The Krix laughed, their mandibles clicking in scorn. The Vorlith ran scans, predicting swift extinction. The Scar sharpened their claws, sensing easy prey. Reports flooded in. Humans strolling through irradiated wastelands, breathing air that would melt a Krix's lungs, standing tall where others crumbled. How? The Concord's brightest minds puzzled over it. Were these creatures mad, suicidal, or hiding some trick? The galaxy buzzed with questions, each sighting more absurd than the last. The Council couldn't ignore it. In their gleaming citadel orbiting a pulsar, they convened an emergency session. Delegates argued fiercely. "They defy our law," a Krix general hissed, slamming a claw on the table. "They're a threat," a Scar warlord growled, eyeing the star charts. "Or a curiosity," a Vorlith mused, its suit pulsing with data streams. The humans hadn't attacked, hadn't begged for aid, just existed, inexplicably alive. That alone unnerved them. The Concord thrived on order, on rules etched in stone, and this anomaly cracked the foundation. After hours of debate, they reached a decision: investigate. A multi-species expedition would track these humans down, observe them, and determine their fate: alliance, extermination, or dismissal as a cosmic fluke. The galaxy held its breath. Whatever these humans were, they challenged everything the Concord knew. A species without armor shouldn't survive a day, let alone thrive. Yet here they were, defying the oldest law, leaving trails of footprints on worlds that should have been graves. The expedition launched, ships cutting through the void toward a fringe planet where humans reportedly roamed. The Concord waited, unsure if they'd meet a miracle or a myth. One question burned in every mind: what kind of species laughs at the galaxy's rules and lives to tell the tale? The Concord's expedition touched down on a fringe planet, a jagged, irradiated rock no sane species would claim. Krix soldiers fanned out, their exoskeletons glinting under a blood-red sky. Vorlith drones hovered, scanning for threats, their suits whirring. Scar enforcers gripped plasma rifles, scales bristling beneath titanium armor. They'd come to judge the humans, expecting a dying breed. What they found defied logic. A settlement of crude huts, no walls, no turrets. Humans milled about, unprotected, in flimsy cloth that fluttered in the corrosive wind. The Krix commander chittered in disbelief. "They're begging to die," he said. The Vorlith logged data, predicting collapse within hours. The Scar sneered, already tallying kills. This wasn't a species. It was a graveyard waiting to happen. A human stepped forward, unarmed, unarmored, face bare to the toxic air. The expedition froze. The Krix commander barked through a translator, demanding surrender to the Concord's law: armor or oblivion. The human grinned, a flash of teeth that unsettled the aliens. "We don't need shells," he said. "We adapt." The words hung there, absurd and bold. The commander, insulted, signaled a Scar warrior. A plasma bolt screamed from the rifle, aimed to end the defiance. The human twisted, too fast, too fluid, and the shot scorched empty ground. Silence fell. The scar blinked, recalculating. The Vorlith's scans faltered, readings off the charts. The Krix commander's mandibles twitched. What was this thing? The human didn't flinch. "Come see for yourselves," he said, gesturing to the settlement. The aliens hesitated. They'd expected screams, not invitations. Their armor gleamed, a testament to centuries of survival. Yet this soft creature stood taller than their logic allowed. The Krix commander, still smug, agreed, let the humans expose their weakness up close. The expedition marched in, boots thudding, suits sealing tighter against the planet's venomous haze. They'd catalog this folly, report back, and wash their claws of it. The human led the way, strides casual, as if the air wasn't poison, as if death wasn't a step behind. The aliens whispered among themselves. The Krix saw prey too stupid to fear. The Vorlith saw an error in evolution, soon corrected. The Scar saw a challenge, but doubt gnawed at them. The dodge replayed in their minds, too precise for chance. The humans' words echoed, "We adapt." What did that mean? The Concord had crushed species for less arrogance, yet this one laughed in their faces. As they crossed the settlement's edge, the expedition clung to their certainty. Armor was power, and power was survival. They'd built a galaxy on that truth. But a flicker of unease crept in. Something about these humans didn't add up, and the answer waited just ahead. The aliens demanded proof. Inside the human settlement, the Krix commander issued a challenge. Survive a radiation storm, the kind that peeled flesh from bone and fried circuits in seconds. No unarmored species had ever passed. The humans nodded, smirking like it was a game. The expedition rigged a dome, flooding it with lethal energy, enough to kill a dozen Krix, suits or not. The aliens watched from behind shielded glass, smug and certain. The Vorlith adjusted sensors, ready to log the carnage. The Scar gripped their rifles, anticipating cleanup. The humans filed in, bare-skinned, no helmets, no panic. The commander hit the switch, and the storm erupted, crackling, blinding, a death sentence unleashed. Minutes ticked by. The humans didn't fall. Some clenched fists, sweat beading on their brows. Others stood still, breathing hard but steady. The radiation raged, yet they endured. The aliens stared, mandibles slack, scanners buzzing in confusion. Humans weren't invincible. Cuts bled, lungs rasped, but they didn't die. Their bodies fought back, cells repairing faster than the storm could shred them. They'd evolved on a brutal world, forged by poison skies and relentless sun. What the Concord called fatal, humans called Tuesday. The storm faded, and the dome cleared. Every human stood, alive, defiant. The Krix commander hissed, "Impossible!" The Vorlith muttered, recalculating theories. The Scar warrior replayed the plasma dodge in his mind, speed, now endurance. This wasn't luck. The human envoy stepped forward, wiping sweat from his brow. "Our armor's in our blood," he said, voice calm. The aliens bristled. They'd built empires on steel and circuits, not flesh that bent but never broke. The commander accused trickery, hidden tech maybe, but the humans just shrugged. No suits, no shields, just them. The expedition huddled, voices sharp. "A fluke," the Krix insisted. "A threat," the Scar growled. "A marvel," the Vorlith whispered, data piling up. Doubt spread like rust. The Concord's law, armor or death, crumbled before their eyes. These humans weren't weak. They were something else, something the galaxy hadn't prepared for. The Krix clung to pride, refusing to bend. The Scar flexed claws, itching to test this strength in combat. The Vorlith saw potential: trade, study, alliance. The envoy watched them argue, a glint in his eye. "You've seen enough," he said. "Decide." The aliens retreated, their march less certain, their armor feeling heavy for the first time. The humans stayed put, unbothered, as if the storm had been a breeze. The galaxy had feared the unprotected, but here they stood, rewriting rules with every breath. The expedition's report would shake the Concord, whether they liked it or not. The expedition returned, rattled. The Concord Council convened, their citadel humming with tension. Reports poured in, humans surviving storms, dodging plasma, thriving where others withered. The Cricks demanded extermination, claws slashing the air. The Scar voted war, eager to crush this defiance. The Vorlith pushed alliance, eyes on profit. Debate raged until a rumble shook the chamber. A human ship, ugly, patched together, impossibly fast, landed outside. The envoy strode in unarmed, offering trade, human endurance for Concord tech. No pleas, no threats, just terms. The council saw credits, not corpses, and voted yes. Humans joined the galaxy, armor optional, their soft skin a middle finger to the old law. Word spread fast. Humans flooded fringe worlds, turning wastelands into homes. They outlasted Crix miners in acid caves, ran circles around Scar patrols, traded survival tricks with Vorlith merchants. No suits slowed them down. No shields weighed on their shoulders. Their bodies healed, their minds improvised, tools from scrap, shelters from rock. The Concord watched, grudgingly awed. A Crix soldier muttered, "Their weakness is their weapon," staring at a human hauling or barehanded. A Vorlith sold human-made filters, pocketing triple profits. The Scar named them unbreakable, half curse, half respect. The galaxy shifted, bending to a species that refused to bend. Humanity's legend grew. They didn't just survive, they thrived, rewriting the rules. On a toxic moon, a girl darted through a storm, her laughter cutting the wind. Radiation kissed her skin. She didn't flinch. Her kind had faced worse and won. The Concord learned fast. Armor was power, but humans were something more. They didn't need steel to conquer. Their blood carried the fight. Traders haggled with them. Warriors tested them. Scientists chased their secrets. Every victory mocked the old mantra. Vulnerability wasn't death. It was strength unleashed. The galaxy had built walls. Humans tore them down with bare hands. In the end, the truth sank in. The Crix stopped laughing. The Scar stopped hunting. The Vorlith stopped doubting. The Council's law stood, but humans broke it daily and prospered. A new saying spread, "Armor is mandatory, unless you're human." It wasn't just survival. It was defiance, etched in every step across poisoned plains. The envoy's words lingered, "We adapt," proven 1,000 times over. The girl on the moon paused, grinning at the horizon, her shadow long against a world that couldn't kill her. The Concord had met its match, not in steel or fire, but in flesh that refused to yield. Humans didn't join the galaxy. They redefined it.